I set up this pop up myself. I was like, here, you got a pop up now.
Yeah.
Like I hit him up with that with this idea with the show. He's like, no, I don't work on that. I'm like, but you're just lazy. You already know this is genius. And you're like, yeah. But then niggas will be mad if you ain't got people on that talking about, hey girl, hot girl, something. I'm like, no, we don't have to incorporate none of that.
Nah.
Bill Cosby didn't.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do, bro.
Bill, when he made the Cosby Show, welcome to another episode of Quick Convo with Digi. When I got my homie Cashonable.
Yeah, it was good, y'all. It was good.
But yeah, when Bill Cosby made the Cosby Show, he made sure there was no negative black stereotypes at all. He hired a panel of people to keep negative stereotypes out of the show. From winos to strippers to all that. Prostitute, anything that would be considered low class black, plant workers, all that. He wanted to show black people that you don't have to be low income. And you can still be fun, you can still be black.
That's a verb. That's a verb.
These niggas love that prison mentality a little too much.
Yo, bro, I just think you got some of everybody, bro. I think you got some of everybody with the mindset, bro. And it's like, especially when we was just talking about the creativity and you being the one to want to jump out and your brother kind of being the recluse. Bro, really, if you just do what you want to do, I always say there's at least 1 million people that agree with you.
Exactly.
You feel me? No matter how crazy of an idea you think it is, so if you say, okay, I want to do something that's strictly positive and empowering for my people, you ain't got to worry about the details in it. Just pursue it.
Pursue it, build it.
Yeah, everything else is going to fall into place. You just got to believe in it. That's really where the failure and success really lies, is in your belief in whether or not you're going to make it. You heard? Like,
that's a difference with me and my twin. I like the process.
Yeah.
I love the outcome, don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
The process, he wants overnight.
Yeah.
He wants to wake up and an hour to be done.
Yeah.
And I like the grind.
And you know what's crazy? Because me being an artist, bro, like I'm like that to an extent. Like most of the days, because you have to train yourself, most of the days I'm chill and I'm okay with the journey and I'm enjoying the journey, right? But I'm like that too, where it's just like some days you like, shit, can I be on already?
Can I be on already?
Yeah, but
it's like what happened, I felt the same exact way.
Yeah, but it's like you really gotta endure that shit. Like it's the people who fall in love with the journey that literally wake up and they're where they want to be.
Exactly where they want to be, making
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Because it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Niggas want the abs.
Yeah.
Niggas love the outcome. I like the burn.
Yeah.
I like being sore.
Yeah.
I like knowing I just did hard work at the gym. I love the feeling of being in pain after the gym. Yeah. Every single push or pull, every stroke or pedal.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah, I'm a little different, man. I'm an equilibrium between the two of those. I'm not too hard left or too hard right, man. Because it's like I just move, right? You got your everyday up and down. So it's like one day I'm super motivated. And then, you know what I'm saying, maybe the next day I'm a little lackadaisical or, you know what I mean?
Definitely. I'm a Gemini, so.
Yeah.
I'm the older person the next day. It's like, ooh, let me turn my phone off ringtone. Y'all don't need to hear that baby king. I don't get paid then. But no, definitely, bro. It's like, and you got to do a balance of it because I find out like when I finally get to where I want to be, like I start getting like the clout or recognition or the money. I'm over here like I don't want this attention. I like the process. Y'all leave me alone.
Everybody different.
Yeah,
bro. Everybody different. Like you got people like think about that when you're recording, right? You got some artists, bro, that need like 1 million niggas in their session, bro.
Yeah, and
to build a vibe and all that.
Empty in there,
and I don't want nobody,
bro.
Like if you're not the artist on the track, get out. I need me. And if I'm like I engineer my own shit. I'm not an engineer, but like I record my own shit, right? So. If you're not on the board, get out.
Get out.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's how I feel.
I need to like. It's not even that because we some real ass niggas at the end of the day. That goes without being said. But like when you're sitting there working on your shit and somebody's in the room that's not working on anything, basically you just feel like they're there to judge you.
Well, not only that, it's an energy, right? Yeah, because with music, it's all to me at least. You know what I mean? Not to combat what you're saying, but more to agree. For me, it's like. It's an energy thing because once you like get in the realm, like you're in your creative zone, right? Your job is to pull from anywhere you can find, you know what I'm saying, motivation or influenced. And sometimes, bro, it be just a conversation in the studio that do it. Which is why sometimes it's good for you just to be there with your engineer, because your engineer has so much insight on how to make your sound the way you want it, and you have so much insight on how you want it to look and sound, right? So it's two creative minds. Sometimes it's somebody who got some BS energy, who may be on social media and now they in their feelings about whatever they saw. Now they bringing a whole nother energy that has nothing to do with the agenda at hand, and it throws everything off.
My homegirl, she recently moved down here from Detroit.
Okay.
And she been singing on tracks, and her voice does not match her. Like, it's amazing. I mean, she's a cute girl.
What does that mean?
She's a cute girl.
Digi, don't get me in no trouble, bro.
I'm not, like, when I say, like, when you ever heard, like, when niggas heard Jack Harlow the first time, and they're like, he white? Like,
that's offending. I got an artist that my bro that I grew up with, kind of my boy Stefanello. He's Italian, and
they can't tell,
but he grew up around all black people.
And this is a white girl, but when she sing, you thinking like Erykah Badu.
Soul, yeah.
So
there's a girl named Haley Jr. I need to hear, man. She sounds like that too, man. She's got soul. She reminds me of JoJo.
Oh yeah, I love JoJo.
Crazy.
But the thing about her studio session is she had literally, like, she's helping other people out being on their tracks.
Yeah.
She had to tell the dude, like, nah, I'm okay because your girlfriend, like, sitting in the corner roasting me.
Wow.
Thinking I don't know it because she drunk and she on your dick.
Yeah.
She thinking she the shit because she here with you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And ruining your sessions and you don't care because you getting pussy.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man. That's another thing too, right? I feel like there's a difference between the rappers and like the artists, right? When you're an artist, you pay attention to details with certain things, right? Like for instance, if I'm like, I got my own recording studio, so if I have a female coming over and she's a singer or whatever, the first thing I want to know before she even gets to my crib is what kind of tea she drinks, what type of, you know what I mean? Because you got to set the ambiance for her. Like, she might have the greatest intentions for your song and get there and it fucks everything up.
Yeah, because the energy's off. She doesn't have
You
everything
feel
she
me?
needs.
So, you know,
and that's why, like, even with this podcast, like, I make it a smoker's gas.
yeah,
But
I'm with it.
I answer the question ahead of time. Mind if I smoke?
Nah, let's get it.
Y'all.
We 420 friendly
420
over here.
friendly,
Let's get it.
My guy has some new work coming out soon, and y'all definitely need to check it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something special in this episode, and the opening song that y'all just heard is a snippet of his. I'm gonna edit that in, and I'm gonna edit it out. But no, man, like my show's a little different. I'm not interviewing you. We actually fucking talking.
Yeah.
I don't do interviews, bro.
Yeah.
Interviews are a thing of godhood back in the day. Celebrity used to mean something. Like Michael Jackson. Come on, bro. People fainted. People waited outside the hotels for him in droves, bro. And yeah, you'll give an interview because you know nothing about these people. Now today, in celebrity terms, is, oh, I could be him. That's why I like him. Like tomorrow, I could wake up, start rapping, and be Lil Baby. I could wake up, start rapping, be Da Baby. I could wake up, start rapping, and be Wiz. I mean, probably easier to be Wiz than any of those other ones because all he do is make boring ass weed smoking music. But
nah, Wiz, I don't co-sign that.
And shout out to Taylor Gang. But look, like Rolling Papers, Cushion Orange Juice,
classics.
Burn After Rolling,
Yeah.
all his best works.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything after was lackadaisical ass.
Now, 100%. You know what? Here's what I will say. I was never a fan of the Cabin Fevers. You know what I'm saying? But I did like Taylor Altadice. That was my shit.
The worst album I ever heard.
Are you
by
serious?
Any artist.
Dog, I vibed with it, bro. All of what was it? 2012, I think, when that dropped.
Yeah,
Yo, that was
the
my
thing is,
shit
like,
for the whole summer.
I played the first song, and by the time the CD was over, I'm like, oh damn, I thought that was just one song. It all sounded the same.
Nah, I wasn't. You think so?
Yes.
Nah, and he brought back Never Been with Rick Ross on it. Like,
Said she never been.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
You
You
know,
know,
he
sit
has some
back,
classics on that.
roll up that window while I smoke this endo. Come on, bro. My nigga got an 88 flow. That's fine. But now he just got that Because Currency did it for a long time and stopped. That I'm too high to rap flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Wiz is at now.
You think so?
Currency broke out of that. Currency started working with Dog, everything again. Freddie Gibbs.
So listen, I haven't heard Currency recently, bro. But
You heard Fetty?
Fetty, yeah. Alfredo, yeah.
No, with Freddie Gibbs.
No, I haven't
He
heard
got a
the
short
song.
album, a whole album.
Oh, no.
Like last year.
No, I didn't.
Bro,
know.
when I tell you that shit's so.
I'm
fire.
still on his new joint he just dropped the other day, the Alfredo joint. You heard
Oh
that?
yeah, I heard that definitely. Yeah, no, Spitter going ham right now, bro. But like it's Spitter, Freddie Gibbs, and the Alchemist. It's called Fetty. And Freddie Gibbs just dropped another album with Alchemist.
Yeah, Alfredo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Nuts.
Oh, and fucking
Nuts.
Bandana. Bandana got way more promo.
That's one of my joints too. But I think that's back when he was affiliated with the label still when he dropped Bandana, right? So you might have had the label push it with him. Yeah, no doubt.
That last shit, him and Mad Libs. Yeah, but Freddie Gibbs and Mad Libs.
That was
crazy.
hold on.
That's Bandana.
That is Bandana.
Yeah.
That was Mad Lib that produced that.
The whole
I
album.
thought it was Pinata that Mad Lib did.
He did.
Oh, he did both.
This is a 5-year stretch in between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colors is on Bandana, right? With BG Perico and Mozzie, right?
Yeah.
That's my joint. Yeah.
And Palmolive, Killer Mike.
Yeah,
And
with Pusha, yeah.
Pusha, bro, look, I ain't never been no hardcore Pusha T fan. I love the clips.
As I've gotten older, I've become one. Back in the day, I just liked the grinding beat. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But when he started talking that cocaine music on Palmolive, I was like, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's after, like, unless you was like really involved in that, unless you like learned about it growing up, like you couldn't really relate to it. So
my
for me as a kid,
my whole family, disclaimer, I come from a military drug family, but
that's
half
what
of
it
the
is.
military, other half so rap.
That's what it is.
In and out, both sides, the mom and dad side.
That's what it is.
And that's just like, I grew up in a mixed ass environment, like Jehovah's Witnesses, Muslims, Baptists, but we always like this.
Yeah.
Not so much as we got older, because the older ones literally like connected. Us younger ones, we went to college, we got friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that we don't love our family. I know right now my family got my back. But it's not like it used to be in the old days.
So my brother was international with her. And he actually ran into Biggie's peoples and Biggie himself. So like that, there's validity to those stories.
Oh yeah. Like,
The same way with Jigga. Like Jigga the same way. Like these were actual figures.
Oh, and that's what I tell people about like Jay-Z. Like, y'all don't believe the hype, y'all. Look, listen. He gave y'all 4 for 4 because y'all wanted 4 for 4, not because he believed in any of that shit.
You don't
He
think
is a
so?
drug dealer. Scumbag drug dealers.
You think
will
so?
get you any product you want.
I don't know if I look him as a scumbag.
Look, bro, where he at right now? Ain't heard nothing from him the last few weeks. Even Kanye giving to these people. People shitted on Kanye.
Well, bro, listen, man. Not everything is gonna be publicized, and that's something
it's not that's true.
This
but
is something
Kanye
you know.
wasn't publicized. People just found out.
Yeah, this is true.
And
This
with Jay,
is true. But with
Hov,
Jay, you gotta think too, right? So
my thing is,
I'm not caping for nobody. That's
no,
not.
I feel what you said, but no,
I
it's
can't
just
cape for
being real.
nobody. But that's just how I feel. It's like you gotta reserve. Sometimes it's better to reserve.
Don't always give in public.
Well, nah, just reserve your opinion on somebody else's shit until you know the facts about it. That's all, because it's like we gonna kill him right now, and then we gonna find out, and we gonna love him again, and then we gonna kill him. And my thing is like, if we gonna kill him, let's just kill him. Period.
It's just killing period, right?
Period. You feel me? Let's just dead it. Period. Like if we not fucking with someone, we not fucking with someone. We fucking with someone, we fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't do the up and down, because that's just judging people for being human. Like,
Exactly.
ain't nobody gonna do it 100% right the whole time.
Exactly, and I'm not judging.
No, I feel you, bro. This
I
is
just
just
know.
opinions, yeah.
I just know drug dealers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I never sold heroin, but I sold heroin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't out there deep in the heroin guy, but somebody asked me for something when I found that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what he did. He saw something, he saw a niche, he saw something was needed, and he went and found it. He saw how his old fans was all turning fake woke. And that's what they needed. He had to put out an album for the fake woke.
So here's what I think about 4 for 4, right? First time I heard it, I'm gonna admit, the first 3 times I heard it, the album flew right over my head, right? But and I probably like fell off of it. Like I got tired of hearing the production. Like it grew on me and it grew off of me, right?
It wasn't To Pimp a Butterfly.
No,
It wasn't.
It wasn't, right? But as a man, like now I'm listening to it. And that shit came out 2018 is when that dropped. Yeah, we in 2020. It's only been 2 years. Like I listened to the album the other day, bro, and I understood everything because I started looking at it from two sides of the field, bro. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I understood everything he was saying. It's just like, I'm not saying it wasn't a real ass album. I'm saying the person who brought it out probably doesn't back what he was saying.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure of it, bro. My man, like, and then like, and niggas are really quick to run with it because they kind of call him like, oh, he the new Basquiat. This nigga didn't die at 26 and only date white women and do heroin. That's who Basquiat was.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Like he was an amazing artist who revolutionized and innovated art. Jay-Z, there's a million Jay-Z's out there with the rap.
Nah.
No, they just didn't get famous.
I don't
You know what I'm saying? Like they just say there's a million Michael Jordans.
Well, yeah.
That just didn't
all
make
right.
it.
So I kind of get your point on that. If you're trying to say that, like, you know, the level of what Jay-Z did, there's a lot of people who've done it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people
that there are a lot more.
more.
Listen, I know that I do believe there are a lot more powerful black people that are that may be at the same level, right? That are just not as publicized. For instance, I always thought Master P was what everyone thought
Talk your
Jay-Z.
shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just looking at all the companies he owned, like, I always thought he was a billionaire, but I've never heard anyone call him one.
Master P still one of the richest people in the game right now.
But that's a fact, right? So I get what you're saying,
My
but
guy got drafted while he had a multi-million-dollar label.
different.
He's a different nigga, bro.
He's different.
He got drafted in the NBA,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a fact. He's different. He's definitely
And
different.
his jersey said Master P, not Miller.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's a
Everybody
fact.
else had their last name on their jerseys.
He's definitely the one of one. He's definitely the one of one, but I learned to just stop being so critical because in a critical opinion, you miss out on something that you can learn from something.
Exactly. That's why I stopped getting into the politics of hip hop.
Yeah, man.
Because, like, if you want to be honest, Cash Money Records was created to destroy Master P. We know this because the Jews weren't getting none of that money. So they created, they put money behind Baby.
And I could believe that when you think about the amount of shit that you know Birdman has been allowed to do and the amount of bailouts he's received from Universal. But then again, I don't know that nigga personally, so this is just vaguely
He's a
off of
Suge
what
Knight
we
character
know.
that didn't go to jail. He's a Suge Knight character that did. They needed another Suge while Suge was locked up.
Perspective, you know what I'm saying?
But I got out the politics of hip hop because we created politics in hip hop. There is no politics in other music genres. We have to disassociate our race from a music genre and realize we were black before that was rap.
Fendi.
And a lot of people,
Fendi.
yeah, a lot of people are associating hip hop as being like, just stop saying words like hip hop culture. Because then you have
Elaborate more on the culture thing, because I saw you put that on social media the other day too, and I felt like I somewhat understood what you was trying to
you
say.
don't
But I
hear
wanted
niggas
to
talking
hear
about
it
rock
more.
and roll culture. We created that.
That's
You don't
a-
hear niggas talking about jazz culture. We created that.
Yeah.
You don't hear niggas talking about punk culture. We created that.
As if so, like,
Gospel culture. We created that.
so what you're saying is that we don't get the credit for all the other things we create, and they specifically give us the credit for culture because it has such a negative stigmatism.
Not
to it.
even give the credit.
As far
We
as the world
celebrated. We basically celebrate rap as the only thing being black, as black people.
I don't
And
think so.
No, not all of us.
Okay, but
The
you say
majority- the
you
group
say
mind thought.
Okay.
Is that this is ours? We gotta hold on to it. Rap was never ours. Rap was it was in the streets, spreading stories. We've been doing that since over the campfire and tribal days. But commercialized rap that you can get on the album was created to save disco music. It was a part of disco at the end of the 70s, and then it took off. But it, like, as far as record companies, rap didn't start in basements, record companies like they're doing now, like Cash Money and all that. Rap started with Arista and all these big record labels when they got in your home.
Okay.
I'm saying when they got in your home. I'm not saying in general. Y'all, don't get me wrong. I'm saying the rap music that you heard on your radio was not owned by black people at that time, back in the day. It was a tool for the music industry to be like, this shit is taking off. Let's use it. Let's create artists. Let's make these artists. Let's do all this. So the real part.
But the stories weren't
The stories weren't.
But that's the difference, though. Yeah. That's where the line's being drawn in what you're saying right now, is because rap has always been us. Like you said, it started but it's always been that. Because if you think about the Fugees and think about Lauryn Hill and how prevalent her one album has been to life, period.
To be still labeled as one of the best rappers that only have 8 songs.
If I'm not mistaken, she was bankrolled by like some heavy hitters, right? So to say anything she was saying was less than what it was would be nuts.
Would be nuts.
She said what she needed to say, and we felt that, and it did have an impact. Yeah, it might have been bankrolled by some people who really don't give a fuck.
And you saw the impact of that bankroll afterwards. She couldn't even perform her own songs that she wrote.
I get that, yeah, 100%. But the effect was still done.
Oh yeah, we need that.
But we need ownership, 100%.
Yeah, we need ownership.
But that's what I co-sign that. I own all my stuff.
There would be no rap if there was no jazz.
Yeah.
Like heavy drum influence, heavy jazz influence, heavy rock influence that created what we now know is rap culture. But we don't celebrate the rest of our cultures. It's like how niggas walk around with unks on. Like you only walk around with unk on because the white man taught you that was Africa when you was in high school and middle school. They didn't teach you the rest of Africa. They didn't even teach you the coast you actually came from.
What's an unk? Is that like the necklace?
Yeah, the Egyptian.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the circle with the okay.
With the cross. And my thing is like y'all celebrating that as black culture, but Egypt is closer to Saudi Arabia than it is to where you were kidnapped from. Like you kidnapped from West Africa. If you're gonna go have something from Egypt, you might as well have something from Ethiopia. They're like right close to each other. But you don't identify as an East African. You like people starting to mix waist beads with unks, and I get it. We lost our culture, our real culture. It was stolen from us. Other people got hung. Like if you Chinese,
you're saying that like a lot of us are using it as a trend rather than actually looking into the meanings and knowing, for instance,
that
like
this is a person, people.
Yeah, so for instance, if a person's heritage is really Nigerian, but they don't know that, and that's a west part of Africa,
yes.
Right? But their rock, all of their attire is representing. Okay, I could see that.
Only because,
but then in that case, that's just. I think that's just fashion, bro. I don't think they're not like directing that. They're not trying.
I know people call this Egyptian pharaohs, kings. They really like study, commit, all that, and I'm just like. Okay, I
can't defend it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like you could be 6th generation Asian, like 6th generation Chinese from the Cantonese province, never seen China in your life, but have somewhere to go to and find your people. You could be 6th generation American and still have somewhere to go back to. We don't know exactly where to go look. That's why. Like that's why I know people cling on to hip hop culture so much because they're labeling that as Black American culture. Okay. And it's not Black American culture, but I'm not saying don't love it. But the thing is, like the way we're pushing it as a culture is allowing other people to assimilate into this culture. If it was a culture, then you couldn't just. Like, it's not National Geographic how like a white person can go over there, start living with the tribe, they bless them, they give them a title. That shit is for show. But if this really a culture, only the people of the culture should really be celebrating the culture. It's not a culture, it's a music genre that has fashion and style. It has language with it, like slang and shit. That it's ever changing.
I'm gonna reserve any opinion on this shit, bro. Why? Because I was always taught you should only speak on shit if you know what you're talking about, and I don't really agree too much because, like, no, I'm good. It's a culture, you feel me? Period. You feel me? Now, it being manipulated or it being used in whatever, like, you got those people who are gonna use our culture and do whatever they want and as like a propaganda or whatever, and then you got us, because you gotta think I'm still an artist, right?
Exactly.
I'm still putting out music. Like when this year's done, you're gonna have 4 albums from 1 year that you can put together as a collection and listen to an artist explain their point of view from the world, right? That's my culture. whether we talking about the gang shit, whether we talking about intellectual black men, whether we talking about fathers, like these are all topics that I relate to.
Yes,
bro.
and that was
a culture.
Yeah, that's the thing. You putting your culture in the music. That's what, and I feel what you're saying. Like your life, your everything.
Yeah,
and that's when you're really speaking the truth. Like,
but I'm eventually gonna be mainstream like these niggas too, right? It's just the fact that I may not, and I'm probably not gonna ever be bankrolled by those kind of entities, right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, they can't tell me, okay, go put this shirt on for this when you're in this interview because we got to get this endorsement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you own your stuff, there's a difference, right? You're nobody's employee. You're a partner, or you're the owner.
Exactly.
That's how that works, right? And when you're a partner, you can't be told anything. You have to agree upon, right?
Yes.
So that part of the culture, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying.
Because Prince told us, own your masters, bro. Prince preached own your masters for a long time. And I'm not putting down hip hop or the love of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Because on the duality side of like hip hop culture, the way that Japan has ran to it and absorbed it is kind of beautiful sometimes because they literally love it. It's not, oh, we cool, we think we black. Like, no, this
you talking about like homies with the grill?
Yeah.
So
in Japan,
explain to me how you.
They're not even trying to come to our country. They're not trying to come hang out with us. They're trying to literally make it a part of their culture too.
You're right, because they do have a style, and it's gutter as shit.
It's gutter.
It's a gutter Asian style.
And they really run up on you. Like,
you're right.
It's the niggas that'll walk you down.
That's offending.
But not just that. You got Irish drill music. You got UK drill music.
I love UK drill music. That was the original drill music, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like UK grime.
Yeah,
like
right.
that was it. Like, and we caught on.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And
because I'm not gonna lie, right now, like every now and then there's a rapper that can't do no wrong to me. In 2010 it was Wiz Khalifa. Heavy Wiz. Right now, 5e. 5e04 remind me of me when I was that age. My early 20s, I was a wild ass nigga, bruh. Like,
yeah, 5 you're a typical Brooklyn nigga, man. That's just the low. That's just the cut. That's just how the rippies be, man. That's how they are, man. And wow.
And then when you get on the beat, it's just like cocky, braggadocious. I'm just me. I like as a Gemini, and like Kanye West said, I feel like everybody should feel that way about themselves.
Absolutely.
Everybody should walk around like they the shit.
Absolutely.
But don't shit on people.
Get a job, like my nigga, like
you
always done
even if I have a job,
you still doing your thing. I'm proud of that, bro.
Yeah, bro. Because I saw you about to drive some shit. I'm like, oh, bro, it's just like perfect timing.
Yeah.
I got time. I'm just.
We dropped High Level yesterday. We dropped the single yesterday.
Oh yeah,
High Level.
I was gonna go to my nigga's house later and play that for him because
that
I still got friends out there like Wes, Fresh. All y'all niggas book my nigga. Anyway,
hey.
I got friends to play this shit for, but on the lighter side of things, bro, how's quarantine been for you?
Yo, quarantine has been fucking amazing, bro. Like, so I've been getting into metaphysics and like the law of attraction and just like dualities of life, goods, bads, all the cool shit, right? That you get lost in when you're a pothead, right?
Oh yeah, I know that.
I've been taking a deep dive because I've been, I'm a father, bro. I got twins, bro. They're 3 now, and I'm also married. I've been married for a while now, and I never really had time to really sit down and enjoy my family that I created because I was always working. You remember Uber, bro? Like
everything was
12 hours a day, bro.
Sometimes I would see my nigga twice a day just because he was on the road in the area, nigga.
Crazy, like. So when this happened, it slowed down for me. I ended up doing DoorDash for a little bit, and that even stopped. And I was just at the crib, and then I was like, yo, I need to be making music.
Yeah.
Because I went through a little dark, deep little issue, you know what I'm saying, where I was getting depressed and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Hold up. Like, I got family. Like I woke up like, yo, I got a wife. I got kids. Like, yo, bro, I need to be enjoying this shit. And the music just started coming, bro. And let me tell you something. Like I said, 2020, y'all gonna get 4 albums from me. The second album is called Second Quarter, and it drops July 31st. And I just came up with this concept of full quarters, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's hilarious?
What?
It's the same day unemployment stimulus ends.
Word?
Yeah,
That's
that extra
crazy.
$600 is gone.
Hey,
Like,
get it up.
Yeah.
Hey, that's crazy,
perfect, bro.
That's
Like,
crazy.
That's a good day. But what you just said, like, I don't know if you watch, like, you see what I got on there.
Yeah.
All Deaf Digital.
Yeah.
Like, Russell Simmons had brought Deaf Comedy back for like 5 years and nobody. A lot of people noticed, but a lot of people out here didn't notice.
I didn't know about it.
It's a comedian that kept on stage.
Mm-hmm.
He's blowing up super big now.
Okay, what's his name?
Kev on stage.
Kev on stage.
He's a Christian comedian, but
Okay.
he mixed it up with the dirty comedians too.
Okay.
Like, you know how Steve Harvey is still
Yeah.
with the boy,
Yeah.
but he grind, like he a mumble rap listening to a Christian comedian.
Okay.
So he said the same exact thing. He's never got to spend this much time with his family.
It's fucking amazing.
And he
man.
loves every second of it. He's noticing stuff about his kids he never noticed.
Dog, my kids are a trip. Like at 3 years old, I'm like, damn, like my daughter tells me what to do, and I'm like really a man about mine.
She already a mama.
Like it's crazy, and like she'll tell her she's literally 60 seconds older than her brother, right? And she swear that like she really the big sister. It ain't we the same age, just I'm the big sister. Like,
And that's how with my twin though. Like,
and he lets it happen, but at the same time he's tall as shit. So whenever he gets tired of it, he can just like push her down. It's like, yo, family's wild. The kids are amazing, bro. Like, it's awesome.
because like that's what I was. It's that blue Skittles, y'all. It's nice. But I was telling one of my homegirls last night. We was on the phone. It was like 1 a.m. And I'm like, bro, I gotta sleep. I'm shooting a podcast tomorrow, and I don't know if you take it seriously, but the person that I'm interviewing was there for me when I was like, when I met this guy, I was literally living off of selling edibles. No job, no nothing, staying at Airbnbs, booking a different one every few days, moving around.
Real shit.
Loyal client, loyal brother. Because clients are clients. They just come shop. Brother come talk. They come check on you. They see how you do it. Like, if it wasn't for this man, some nights I probably wouldn't have had a place to sleep. His money helped me. And I'm like, nah.
And his weed helped me.
And I'm
You
like,
got me through some
It
days.
years, bro. And I'm gonna wake up and meet up with this man today. I
Yeah.
want that much, right?
My dog.
Yeah. Cause like, this is a real ass nigga, y'all.
Man, when I found out you was doing the podcast, I was honored when you hit me. It was like, come through. Because I'm like, yo, I gotta support, bro. Because you know what? Like, I was just giving you credit off camera, man. Your entrepreneurial spirit is amazing. And it's infectious.
Oh, yeah.
People see that shit and they want to go do something to contribute to society now, too. Even if it's sitting on the damn camera smoking weed, kicking facts. Like,
I had so many people talking about, I want to start my own podcast. Man,
Just
you
do
see
it.
You doing it. Make me want to do it. I'm like, shit, you need help. What's up?
yeah, like,
I don't even
real
want no
talk.
pay. That's a resume for me.
Yeah,
Like, cause
man.
look, getting paid, people in Atlanta miss the point of networking.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes. Getting paid for what you do is the goal. Don't get me wrong. Know your worth. But having a resume and a portfolio
Yeah.
will get you more money
Yeah,
at
man.
the end of the road.
And work with people, man. Don't. One thing I always hate, man, is like when you're trying to build your resume, it's about how you approach people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all right, you might not have money to get the feature for someone, right? But you might feel like you got the talent to make a really good song with them, so
that
you're gonna
person.
reach out, right? Your approach is what matters. Don't give them the I'm broke, I'm desperate, I need your help approach, and don't give them the I'm so hot, you need to.
It's
Nah,
a
bro.
balance. You really got to come in there like, look, I really know I can't afford it. I understand if you say no, but I know this track will be hot. I want you to listen to it first if you can. Give me that time. Literally come on level. Still be a man about it, or an adult about it. Let's say adult about it. Still have your dignity and pride, and not kiss ass at the same time.
Oh,
But
God.
also, don't try to come up, I'm the next hot nigga, you need me. Don't do that.
it
That
ain't
will
gonna
get
work.
you walked by.
It ain't gonna work. Or I love the one with the producers, right? They hit you and it's like you thinking they're gonna ask you, yo, let's just make a good track and let's split the royalties, because that's what any upcoming artists who don't have money do business, bro. Like it's just
I love what you put.
Yeah, like
I don't know y'all get what he getting.
I'm not gonna charge you to record. I'm not gonna do, but for the business, it's gonna cost. If I'm on the track too, give me my 50% as the author because I did my lyrics.
Sheets.
That's
get
it.
Y'all split sheets in order.
Y'all don't need to really be charging each other right now. Like y'all supposed to be
Building
building.
producers with, like I've been hit with this when I was.
That's why I just stick to my producers, man, and I make
hit you up like I love your song. That shit was hot. Want to buy some beats from me?
Straight like that, and I'm like, damn.
I'm obviously making music. Like I'm not desperate for beats.
I didn't find you, bro. You found me. Like,
because on the other hand, when a nigga hit up a producer and be like, yo beats is fire, bro, you need him. Don't try to hack. Like, if a producer beat costs that much, it costs that much. You don't know him, he didn't reach out to you.
And that's how I feel, bro.
Yeah.
If I find you and you tell me this is your price, I'm not gonna haggle you, bro. If I can afford it, boom, cash out. If not, I'm gonna say, you know what, bro, not right now, but bro, if it's here when I got it, I'm coming back for it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's
I'll even pay a deposit right if I got it right now on it, just so you know I'm serious.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do to get your product, man. But that, once again, is just the mentality of certain artists.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Some of these chicks out here, a lot of them bums. But the ones out there with the entrepreneurial spirit, they online in Chinese warehouses looking for makeup, looking for whatever they can to throw their own label on it and get it out there to the people, bro. Like, it's a lot of entrepreneurial black women, and I commend that, bro. Like, they gonna get their money. They not gonna be stuck at nobody's job.
No,
I don't know no black woman, for the most part, that wants to be stuck at anybody's job in Atlanta. Like, it's some that has careers. Like, I know doctors, people with masters, yeah. They where they want to be. They making a lot. But for the most part, like, black women at these menial jobs don't want to be at these menial jobs.
Well, once again, black male or woman, like, that's just a pair. I think we all, like, I think we just have a distinctive entrepreneurial spirit. I think we're all born with it. Even if we do choose to do the 9 to 5, because some of us just want an easier process.
Yeah.
Some of us just want to contribute what needs to be contributed and be paid for it and go about their business. And because they may not mind losing 8 hours of a day because they know there's still 16 left. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. You feel me? But I do think I think this is something special about us, man. You know what I mean? Not that anyone else isn't special, but
I feel like
there's something special about us with that entrepreneurial wanting to go get it. You know, so
that black people at their job, like, I don't need this job, because deep inside our souls, know we're bigger than that. Even down to the littlest nigga at McDonald's, they know they bigger than that burger they flipping. They're not. They may work at McDonald's 30 years, but deep inside, they got that one saying, "I don't need this job," because you don't, bro. You use. Everybody, like, I was telling my homeboy the other day, every nigga we grew up with in high school that we roasted with is a low-key comedian. We got talents, bro. We got smart, we got ingenuity, we got strength, everything.
So look, you may not need the job, but you got the job because you needed it.
Exactly.
Right? So put things in perspective. You may feel that inside, but you know deep down inside, like, you can't really spaz on nobody because at some point you had to sit down and you had to apply for this. Yeah. Which shows that there was a necessity, right? So I agree, man. I hate it, and I have a song called Lost, bro, that I recorded in 2016. Like, literally a day after I quit my job. That was the last 9 to 5 I ever had. Everything after that would be independent contractor, but my last 9 to 5 was assistant general manager at Zaxby's, man. And I was like, I had enough. I was clocking into work, bro. Every morning I felt nauseous, bro. Like, I just knew I did not belong there, bro.
That was my first job.
And the first time, I didn't quit the right way. I did it the wrong way, you feel me? But the second time, I realized as a man, like, you're obligated once you have a position, you feel me? Especially if somebody promotes you or whatever. Even though these motherfuckers let you go, no one's saying put your 2 weeks in, but don't curse a nigga out and kick something on. Like, niggas be doing dumb shit.
Don't put on no show.
Because guess what? Now this employer can tell the next person you go, even if you don't want the next job, you could really do.
I got asthma. I live with asthma, y'all.
But even if you don't want the next job you're gonna have, you're gonna need it for whatever time, right? And they love when it's a black person, they love to get references.
They love to call people. Well,
bruh, they love to get them references, bruh. They just
people,
need to know what your previous employer.
Why you not at this job?
You feel me? So a lot of the times you hurt yourself. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. Yo, let's pause this real quick. I definitely gotta take this.
Don't do that.
Niggas just gotta know. That's all it is. Is the only equation is to know what you want to do.
Exactly.
But that's not something somebody's supposed to do for you. That's why these things always fail, bro.
That's why.
It's because you're giving them the answer that they're supposed to develop. They're supposed to have that. You can't. A nigga can't lay on the couch and be like, damn, bro, I don't know what to do.
Right?
You can't help them come up with an idea, but
but you can't.
You can't be the one that's going to execute their next move. That's nuts, bro.
No, because then you got to live your life and theirs.
No, it'll never work.
And not only that, bro, get down to the real nitty gritty of it. It comes from like, and not to be like, I'm not racially biased. The white nuclear family is what it is. That like, if your father's a doctor back in the day, you're more than likely going to be a doctor. You go in the direction.
Tradition. Yeah, they had that sense of
and with black people, we saw that, and we try to tell our kids what they're gonna be when they grow up. We listen to them. We ask them what they want to be. But like right now, it's like a trend on social media. Like, send your black athlete kids to HBCUs. Send your black students to HBCUs. Last time I checked, I chose where I wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
You don't send your kids to. You don't choose your kids' college.
Yeah.
You let them be grown and choose the college they want to go to in the state they probably want to move to one day.
Yeah.
Let them go be them. Like, you stop. Like, and then we get older, and we've been told what we're supposed to be the whole time, and we don't do that, or don't make it in that, and we're laying on the couch wondering what the fuck we gonna do. What's my next move?
Yeah, yo, you know what? It's just the spirit. So, like, for instance, like, I lived with my older brother and my his wife, which I call like my mother, right? So, like, my parents passed away very early in my life. Mom died right after I was born, right? And then not right after, but a few years. I never really met her. She was like coma right after I was born. Dad died when I was 12, right? So I lived with my grandmother, my aunties. Like, I did the typical, like, instead of going into foster care, I ended up in this family. That's how it is in Jamaica. At least we try to take care of our own, right?
So in the South too.
Traditional Jamaicans, man, for the most part, they're like Nigerians, but they're very, education is everything, right? So, like, they had to whip me out of the whole wanna be a gangster, whatever. They ripped me from my crazy environment in Florida. Then previously I was in New York. They ripped me from there. Like, they was doing their best to save my life, bro, because, like, I was off on a tangent, right? But they wanted this traditional sense of shit, right? So I went to high school. I graduated from high school. Went to college, graduated from college, but I only did 2 years. Dropped out the second time I went because I realized this ain't what I wanted to fucking do. But here's the thing, though.
Boy.
Here's the thing. Here's what had to happen for me, right? I disagreed with my brother. I lived in his house. You feel me? He had rules, right? So when I wasn't agreeing with it, I went and had a great job. I was working for Comcast. I was doing all the right things, right? But they wanted to see me do more, and I just didn't agree with their idea of more was, right? So what did I have to do? I had to move out their fucking house, right?
Exactly.
What we want to do is we want to argue with our parents and stay in the crib. And it's like, so that's why they're always like, get the fuck out. You feel me? And it's like, I can't speak for a white household because I don't live in a white household, but I've seen some things with my friends is that, like, their parents kind of feel the same way our parents feel, bro. But sometimes they're just like, all right, whatever, we'll give you the freedom to go. But that's because most of the time they're financially more well off.
Yeah,
and they're in a position to do that, right?
Yeah.
Compared to ours where they had to grind a lot harder to get what they got. So they don't believe in squandering shit, bro.
Yeah, and that was the point I was going to get to. I'm glad you got to.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, there's a reason black parents say that. Because they don't want you living the life they live.
Period.
They don't want you in poverty. Like
but that's what's going to get you where you got to go, because you have to go through your own, which is why we're so rebellious.
You be a doctor because they know doctors make money.
Yeah.
That's basically
what they're not telling you is that when you're a doctor, you know, when the CDC passes something and it's killing your own people, you still have to follow it, right?
Exactly.
Even though they supposedly signed that Hippocratic oath, they go against it for profit. So yeah, they're telling you to go be this doctor, but what they're not understanding is they're telling you to go be a slave. You feel me?
Exactly.
And it's fucked up because, you know,
if anything,
and don't misquote me. Nobody misquote me.
Doctors are necessary needed people. He's not saying he's not.
You're not a slave. I'm just saying, like, the mindset of why you need to go do it. Like, if I want to be a doctor, let me make that decision. Yeah. Don't tell me that because you know it makes good money, because it's deeper than money. You don't choose a career about money, man, because you're usually going to feel that way, because you'll find yourself making 6 figures doing something you hate. You feel me?
Bruh.
Like, it's crazy. Like, that's what I'm speaking on. I could never, I have lots of medical people in my family. I'm not being rude, I'm just.
My homegirl just got her first big girl job in the medical profession.
Okay.
83 a year, 24 years old.
That's lit.
She called yesterday like, I don't want to go back to that place.
Crazy,
She
right?
only been there a month.
Crazy.
She only been there, she just left Starbucks a month ago.
That's crazy.
And Mrs. Starbucks.
That's crazy.
And she's like, she got her first check. She got a play-ass house. She not
you start to realize how much money really don't be fixing what's going on
on the inside of you, bro. Look, I done been to both sides, and I'm happily in the middle right now, and I want to be on the extreme side of having money, not because I want to be a nigga with money, because I know there's certain things I want to change in this world that don't require money.
And you got to do it yourself. That's why I always, I hate telling people my business, but it's like, I know for a fact that I am most definitely going to be a billionaire, right? Yeah. So, like, I need to make change. I ain't trying to crowdfund change. I don't need a fundraiser. I don't need no donations. Like, I'm going to just do this shit myself because a lot of y'all, like, y'all fake like y'all want to be a part of something. Like, I really want to see this change. And a lot of times, if you want shit done, you gotta what? Do it yourself. So it's like, I'm gonna get help as I'm doing it, though. You feel me? I'm gonna build a foundation, and then I'll get the assistance where I can get it.
And if you focus on getting rich to make your life better, so be it.
That's it.
Make your kids' life better. Do it. That's a good goal. Raise your kids better than you were raised. That's fine. But I know I want to change the world. I know I can't do it at $14 an hour.
No.
I can't.
Or even 20.
Yeah.
You know what? The closer, when you know what's so funny? You know how, like, most of us, a lot of the time, not most of us, there's just a group of people who probably never make over $12 an hour. Mm-hmm. And then you got some of us who start out that way, and then we excel, and then we make it to 20, and we realize how much our life really isn't that different making 20 than it was at 12. And we realize how much
make less than me have more than me, bro.
But then you see how much, in my perspective, I see how much money is really needed to live the lives we think we want to live. Mm-hmm. And then that's how you realize how grossly underpaid we are.
Extremely underpaid.
It's crazy, bro. But that also is supposed to tell you how hard you gotta grind to go get what you need, right? Just perspective.
Because like, I can grind just as hard as right now, making $12 an hour, as somebody who's making billions right now. We are working just as, or maybe even harder sometimes. Most of the time, probably harder. Yeah, if you at McDonald's and you pulling doubles and trying to make overtime, you working harder than most billionaires.
You making backbreaking work.
Yeah. But the same mental grind that it takes to do that, it's the same mental grind that a millionaire is using at the same exact time. Like, basically, what I'm saying is, you just got to put your mind in a different perspective. Throw it into a different ring. There's a different trap, basically. Once you enter that different trap, just look for a way in. Find a door. And you could be just using all your talents and gifts to make so much more. Tech industry right now. Look, there are no leaders in tech. Every day, the richest tech guy trades. Like, we go from this guy to this guy to this guy. And right now, it is a central few people. You got the app developer, the Facebook guy. You got the Amazon guy. You got Tesla, SpaceX guy, and Bill Gates. Still, he be hanging around. He not really the richest man no more. He back there. But that's only 3 or 4 people, bro. And everything ain't been invented yet, tech-wise. That's still a big gaping hole for more tech trillionaires, billionaires. And as black people right now, we have to, if you're going to tell your kids what to do, tell them to go to tech. At least that, IT, information, designing apps, software developer. Because a lot of these,
but I think they are telling their kids that. I think now, because
I'm just reiterating it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Y'all
they're definitely doing that.
They're still telling your kids to go be teachers. They about to be. It's about to be an obsolete job. They found out during coronavirus they could teach kids over Zoom. Come on now. They found out over coronavirus that they don't need that many cashiers, and shit's still gonna run smoothly. They found out that people okay with delivering from their home, ordering from their home, and working from home.
But you know what I would say about that? I would say not. I don't know, because how do you learn? Like, you got so many different types of learning, right? So that's why the option of there being homeschool and there being public school, like, you can't force everybody to learn that way, because a lot of people gonna fail.
No, I'm not saying homeschool. I'm saying they're gonna have a classroom building with no human in front of them, though.
But that's what I'm saying, which could be really detrimental. Yeah, because I was a kid that needed a person to physically show me AB, what they call that, visual. What was that?
Visual learning.
Wow, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And visual learning, like, that's how I learned, bro. Like, I needed some people can just hear instructions.
Oh yeah, audio. That's me.
And jot down. I'm actually both. I need to hear it and see it.
If I read it, I remember it.
Yeah.
On a book. If you write it in your handwriting, I'm lost.
Okay.
Like, and if you tell it to me, you better be speaking clear and precise, because I'm barely paying attention. So, and like, that's why I go to class, we'll be on chapter 3 and I'm on chapter 13. Fully digested, I did all the work in the back. Like,
you know what it is, man? It's not that teachers have ever been. Teachers are always needed and will always be needed, in my opinion, bro. What it is that the information needs to change up. They need to stop standardizing, testing everything. You feel me? They need to get back to actually teaching curriculum, and for once, teach real fucking curriculum, bro.
And back to
teach the black kids their fucking history, even when it shows how disgusting, you know what I'm saying,
people have been.
You know, most of the oppressors have been, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck is the truth, right? You want to stand on something, that's when we'll appreciate.
I found out that they're not really teaching Tenement Square in school anymore. Like, most, like, I date a lot, y'all. Most girls I run to around 21 to 26 don't know about Tenement Square, or maybe they didn't pay attention.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, that's like world history. The Chinese government turned their own military on peaceful protesters and killed them.
I didn't know about Tenement Square. Even if I learned it, I don't remember anything about Tenement Square.
It's an iconic picture, like at least in the 90s it was iconic, because it happened in the 80s. Of this one student, like, with his hand up telling the tank to stop. And the tank ran over this guy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Flattened him. Dead.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not too crazy from what's happening right now, man. When they're running over protesters and shit, man.
But like, it's people in their 20s thinking this is new, and I'm like,
nah.
You never heard of the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia? Come on, bro, Sri Lanka.
But you know what? You know what? What makes the difference when you say shit like that is the way you even ask that question, because that is not something a nigga from the hood is supposed to know. Why is that important to me, right? You feel me? So instead of it being like, nigga, you ain't never, it's like, bro, this is what happened. You need to know about this
because
shit.
Especially when stuff like this happens in these small, know-nothing countries like Cambodia and stuff like that, you know that our country or another superpower backed that. We supported that. We learned from that. We put money into those tanks running over people. And do you think we won't have that mentality about us? Come on now. Look, anything you can erase from history, you can erase from history. Tech age or not. It's just fact. China actually does not teach Tiananmen Square either. They actually don't have it in their record books, and kids don't know what happened. It's Chinese people to learn about it when they come
They don't teach black history.
They don't. Like,
period.
So they don't even teach Nat Turner anymore. They call Nat
Yo,
Turner.
bro, you know, I have this talk about Nat Turner all the time. I'm like, bro, I always hear so much about revolutionary black leaders. Why the fuck don't anybody talk about Nat Turner?
Because they made him into a historical criminal. Do you know what they did? I don't know if you saw that post I did.
He spoke against Christianity for a reason. But
not only that, they skinned this man, put his body on display in the museum, then split it up, ate him, turned his fat and hair and stuff into grease.
Yeah,
called it nat oil and sold it.
Yeah, man. I just found that out by
that's how amazing this man was for black people.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. I forgot where I just heard that.
And don't think they put her on a $20 bill, but don't think if they didn't catch Soldier and the Truth, they wouldn't have did the same to her.
Nah, it's Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, my bad. Them too. Yeah, a $20 bill, Harriet Tubman. They would have did it to her. That's what I meant to say. But Sojourner Truth as well. Damn, I got so much black knowledge in me. I'm just spilling them over. Every time you stop at a traffic light, we happy for black people. Garrett A. Morgan. Even the gas masks too, which y'all protesters need to get. The Chinese people were sending how to protest documents to us. Wear a gas mask, wear a hard hat. They got vests that block the shocks and the bullets, like the rubber bullets. Like, nigga, you can just go. Because Chinese definitely don't want to get run over by
Yeah, that shit costs money though, bro.
They do cost money. That. That's why, like, they have.
You feel me? Niggas is trying to get out there and make a difference now today, right now.
They have actual funders for their protests.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. You know what, man? For a minute, like just in this last week, my perspective has changed just about everything going on with BLM and just like Black Lives Matter and everything, right? Because like I'm looking at it and I'm just like, everything is fucking necessary, bro. Like I was saying, you know, man, I hate seeing niggas burn shit down, but I'm like, bro, really? Who gives a fuck? Like, because that's really not what niggas need to be saying right now. Niggas really need to be saying, why the fuck is all our people dying like this? Like, I get it. You feel me? Like, I get it. I feel it. It's not that I never didn't get it. Like, I always got it. But, like, I'm saying it now. Like,
it's solid. And they need to show solidarity.
All levels are necessary until this shit is done with, right?
Because I said to somebody, like, during the Revolutionary War, nobody complained about people burning houses down to start it.
Bro, like, it's like, because it's like, you know, you're not really complaining about it because it's wrong. You're complaining about it because it gives you something to complain about, so that
and you probably like, not my liquor store. I need my liquor.
Yeah, like
alcoholic ass, addicted to everything that they gave us as Negroes. Anyway, what I'm saying in that is, even if you don't agree with it, because if they burn down Popeyes, I'd be upset. But even if you don't agree with it, right?
Nigga.
Don't say nothing, because we have to stand in solidarity. The more we judge each other publicly, the less we look unified, y'all. That's basically what I'm getting to. If I don't agree with what you have to say, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to make it a public thing. I'm going to pull you over as a black man to the side in private. Might slide in your DMs if I don't agree with you.
I agree. Yeah, if you're gonna G-check me in private out of respect for what we're doing. We're both in solidarity right now, bro. Yes. This is what it's supposed to be. Like, there's a way to help your brother do the right thing. Like, it's like when somebody run up on your loved one or whatever and you're with them and you have no idea what's going on, if this has ever happened to you, right? Mm-hmm. Your natural reaction should probably be, okay, let's make sure that my boy or my family or whatever is good first. And whatever the fuck we gotta talk about after the fact, we're gonna talk about, whether that means me whooping your ass after finding out that I didn't have to fight.
I'm gonna jump in this fight. I'm gonna help you. Then I'm gonna ask you why the fuck we was fighting.
But we might have to fight again later, you feel me? But in the moment, you gotta, and that's what we gotta do for each other right now. And that's what, from now on, like, anytime I have an opportunity to use a platform, rather than me even right now, the word of it, they got capping and they got caping. Like, you niggas is caping for people.
Yes,
you feel me? Like, there's no room for caping right now. Just say what you mean what you say. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that your message is clear, bro. Like, make a stance. And stand with your people, like, bro, because
even in my wilder days, like what you said, in my wilder days, like with your boy, if he's shooting, I'm shooting. I'm not asking what we shooting at.
I ain't co-signing that either, because there's a line. There's a definitive line to that shit. That's a line. All right, my bad.
As I got older.
Okay.
As I got older.
Because I was like that too, but I want to let niggas know that shit has never been cool.
It's never been cool.
Never been cool.
Because as I get older, bro, I'm totally against any type of malice or violent intent towards my own brother.
And it's hard for me to say that too, because I get in the moments where I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to fuck you up.
I'm always hooked with you, because we can hook it in.
But that's a disgusting mindset. You know what, bro? We know where that comes from. That comes from what they call the Willie Lynch syndrome, right?
Exactly.
But I always grew up hearing the Willie Lynch theory, but I guess the actual correct term is Willie Lynch syndrome, right? And that came from back where he taught the slave owners, right, that, you know, you're killing your stock, you're killing your people every time they rebel. You kill them instead of like training them. So what you need to do is, you don't kill the slave when he's disobedient. You get another slave to put him in check, and you reward that slave. And what they would do for psychological purposes, they would purposely choose the lighter ones. These are the slaves that they obviously raped previously and then produced a lighter baby.
Yeah.
They would favor them because it's still part of their lineage, right? They would use that slave to be, which would later become known as the house and field nigga, right? They would use that one as the house nigga, but that was the overseer of the other fucking slaves, bro. The snitch, the bitch nigga, right? And that's why so much of us beef with each other.
Exactly,
now, because like we see that in each other, bro. We're like, what the fuck, like,
and like, but my
why
thing
you
is,
caping
like,
for this shit? Like,
I will hook with my own twin brother just off of the sheer fact of we're super intelligent with our words, but like sometimes like I'm gonna have to talk to you. But that's also like that's something I got over when I was older, being Buddhist and everything. Like you can't answer every situation immediately.
Nah, you have to know.
You gotta digest. You gotta digest. Don't panic plan it. Like even if you like, especially if you live long enough to know that situation will occur again, you already have a plan set in place when to handle this situation. You can't always plan shit. Life is a surprise. Lord, life is a surprise.
Yes, it
Who
is.
knew I would still be 5'8"? I thought I was gonna be 6 foot something. I had prepared to be 6 foot with dreads and a long beard.
You're crazy.
I'm bald at 5'8".
This nigga is
Still
crazy.
got dick though, lady. Anyway,
This nigga is nuts.
but just be prepared and like that way you don't have an extreme emotional reaction to every little thing.
Man.
Oh yeah,
That's good, man.
oh, but like, yo,
Nah, damn, I ain't even bring my shit. Nah, don't torch my mom, bro. How you gonna do that?
Oh.
Set me on fire. You gotta watch this nigga.
I got a welding degree,
trying
bro.
to kill nigga, bro.
if
You said you got a welding
I
degree?
do.
Cuz? That's nuts.
Well,
You know I got
y'all don't know.
electrical. I got electrical systems technology degree, and I'm certified in fiber optics. Cuz.
Man, that's fucking. But see y'all, I just don't know. I was a CNA in high school. Then I got a welding degree in high school. Then I went to college for law. And, you know, I've been a performer my whole life. And, just, you know, every street nigga's a street nigga, but, you know, life's fun, y'all. Have a diverse array of interest in education.
Diversify your portfolio, dog.
You
Get
got
some
to.
skills. Get some trades. It's important, man, because trade, to me, it was always more important than going to get a college degree because I wanted to be able to take whatever I needed with me. I didn't need. Once you taught me, I needed to be able to go make money from it.
Yes,
I didn't want to have to go and then get approved and then get allowed in and then have to go up the rank. Like, I wanted to, if I had to, with the electrical shit, my way of thinking was everybody needed electricity, right? No matter what, I would always have a job if I was the master of this shit and it was the master electrician, right? So, I'm not gonna lie, my brother pushed me to do it because he saw it was a concrete thing to do, and then that's what I started pursuing. But I had to get further education to get the real master electrician degree, and I realized I didn't even like this shit no more.
Exactly.
But I have the trade and I have the documents and credentials. If I ever want to go back and pursue it, I can, and that's what you call giving yourself a leg up. It's not having a plan A or plan B because your plan B should always be to support plan A, C for B, and so forth, right? But you should always be smart enough to have some type of escape plan if all hell breaks loose and you don't even have the desire to pursue that no more. At least you could go back to this and take off, right?
My welding professor didn't even know I was an artist. She didn't know what I was in there for. She thought I was in there for a job. She saw my beautiful work, my craftsmanship, my time, my precision, how much I loved it, and she thought, oh, this is gonna make a great welder. Wow. She started like, you can be an underwater welder, $50 an hour. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm only learning welding so I could be a metal sculptor. I'm just doing this shit for art. I just want this degree so I can do more art. Like, literally. I'm tired of drawing. My fingers hurt. The graphite is getting into my finger. Like,
you know what's crazy? So, like, at the time, it's funny how when you get older, your perspective changes about why you pursue things. So, like, when I started going to school, and I was developing my love for rap, right? And because I had friends in high school that was good at it, I always had the skill to do it, but I never wanted to be in the front. Like, I just like being the homie that would knock a nigga out if they needed it, right? I took pride in that shit, right? So when I started pursuing when I started pursuing the music shit, right? Instead of thinking, damn, I'm gonna make a lot of money from being an electrician and then I could just build my studio. I took the harder route because I thought I had to literally leave everything I was doing to go 100% pursue this. And it's like, nigga, if you would have just used your degree to you could have did what? I also wouldn't have built the experience. I also wouldn't have met the people I needed to meet to know how to be. I would have probably have signed, or who knows where it would have taken me. So I went the route that I needed to go, but I could have avoided a lot of shit.
Bruh. I say
but
that
I
shit
learned so
every
much
day.
shit, so it's crazy. Like
I'd be mad that I didn't do a certain thing, but then realize I wouldn't have got that if I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Sometimes I catch myself saying, damn, I shouldn't have left Comcast.
Low key.
Then I'm like, hell yeah, I should have left that motherfucker.
So like low key, some girls that I've gone on dates with, I hung out with, they got the degrees, they making money, and some of them are just like, you should have finished your degree, you should go finish it. But don't you wish that you finished college? And I'm like, bro, if I had finished college, I would have never met you. You do get that, right? The fact that I'm in this position in life led me to meeting you.
Nah, but you know what I think?
I probably wouldn't even be in this city. I would be working in Seattle.
Yeah, but they're probably never going to think about that because they're probably thinking from the aspect of somebody who obviously wants to see you do great, right? They're thinking, damn, why would he skip this step, Yeah. It would be selfish for them to have incorporated themselves into your. Yeah,
and in my thing, I'm like, no, I'm happy with life as led.
Yeah, but that's dope though to have that perspective.
Yeah, and I know like I have a dream that I really always had. Even when I wanted to be a lawyer and a politician, I wanted to be an entertainer. Like I literally, I told my homeboy this earlier today. I didn't know my father when I was growing up that well. Like met him when I was a teenager. Like cognitively met him.
Yeah.
I used to tell everybody that Michael Jackson was my father.
Nigga, you crazy.
I loved it. I wanted Mike to be my father so bad because that kind of stardom as a child is what I wanted.
Okay. I can relate to that.
Just being able to change the world and have everybody love you. I felt like I wanted the whole world to love me.
Yeah,
I wanted to love them back.
Yeah.
Even as a child. So I'm just like, I'm an entertainer. I'm copying the moves, singing, choir. I'm doing plays, I'm acting, I'm studying film. Like the way people act, the way they move, dialogue, the way you write it, their delivery, your timing, everything from comedy to drama. Richard fucking Pryor. Like, let's not get at the great daddy.
Yo, I didn't realize how funny he was until like last year, and I'm admit that.
Real as fuck with it.
Yo, his comedy is the best. Like I even went back and looked at Eddie Murphy Delirious and shit. Like, nigga, what?
All and everything that was
raw, like that shit
was true stories. Yeah. They're making you laugh at the saddest parts of their life, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what black comedy is, and that's what it needs to be. Again, like black comedy has entered the realm of the middle class now.
Some of it, bro. Because if you
millennial comedy.
Not really, because if you look at nigga, you still got niggas doing their thing, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like me, I'm like,
because listen, we still. All right, where would you put Dave Chappelle? Where does he belong in that?
He's at this point now. He's a.
Because you're saying, or are you saying for our younger generation?
He would DL who he wants to be, politically commentating, but the way that Dave does it, he keeps it raw and disgusting at the same time. He's able to balance blue comedy with political comedy.
He's just funny, man.
Yes, he's just real. He just says what the fuck
because he's not even saying it in a tone he doesn't say it in a goofy way. He just says it out. But Dave Chappelle's demeanor is just fucking funny. He's been like that his entire career.
He walks on stage and you already start laughing.
Bro, you just look at Cat Williams is like that, right? So Cat Williams, if you ever look at Pimp Chronicles he is saying the real
he gets way too political. That's why they shitting on him.
Yeah, but Dave Chappelle is just a funny motherfucker, bro. And you know what?
Dave Chappelle came up in both circuits at the same time.
Word. But remember, don't forget the 12-year hiatus he had to do.
Yeah, but I'm talking like in the 90s, Dave Chappelle was less known by black people in the 90s and more known by white people because of the roles that he decided to play too.
You think so?
Like, bro.
When was the first time? Being honest, how old were you? When was the first time you heard of Dave Chappelle?
I was 11 years old.
What was it?
Damn, Dirty Works. Dave Chappelle had an ongoing acting relationship with Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
So any movie Norm Macdonald made, Dave Chappelle was the co-star.
Okay.
And they came on USA frequently.
Okay.
Most people didn't realize that was Dave Chappelle in a lot of these movies. Dirty Business, no, not Dirty Business, Dirty Works. God, there's so many other movies where they were they were at this mansion with this old guy. Sherman Hemsley was his assistant. Dave Chappelle and George Jefferson made movies together back in the day.
Wow.
And most black people only watched USA when Friday came on.
Okay.
And this is before Friday was even airing on USA.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle been doing white comedies. How High was a lot of like people introduction, and they didn't even see How High till it was on DVD. And our people.
Was Dave Chappelle high?
He was not my bad, Half Baked.
Half Baked.
Y'all excuse me.
Yeah.
Most of our people didn't even see Half Baked till it was on TV or DVD. Like he was big into white comedy, but he was also on Def Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, 'cause I found out about Dave Chappelle for instance, probably the earliest would have been like Nutty Professor when he was the comedian on Eddie Murphy's
As I said,
shit.
he stayed in both worlds.
Just seeing him as cameos and just having the funniest shit. But if you just looked at him back then with just how skinny he was, the motherfucker just looked hilarious, bro. And I just think he's gifted in that sense, bro. It's not to say that somebody else should do more like him. He's just particularly
special.
The motherfucker is an anomaly for his shit.
And that's what we're saying. He's like one of the only black comedians until maybe Kevin Hart to ever be able to balance black and white comedy together to where both crowds get him. Kevin Hart managed to make the black experience funny to white people by literally being over the top with it. He exaggerates.
I see validity in that.
His
I see validity in that. I could agree to an extent for sure.
The way he exaggerated, niggas understand he's exaggerating, and white people understand he's exaggerating.
Nah, I don't think they understand that.
They don't. Well, yeah.
There's no way for them to know that.
He did get in trouble. He did get in trouble.
There's no way. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's the thing about comedy, which is like, that's a gauntlet, bro.
Yeah.
To be successful, that's way harder than music, if you ask me, man. Like,
oh yeah, because you can make a nigga bob their head just
because once you start making your stance clear in comedy, bro, it's like you got to be careful because then when you try to get serious, they don't take you serious. And I don't know. It's weird.
You ever try to make a crowd of black people laugh and they didn't know who you were? Right.
I think you're funnier when you're not trying to be funny than when you're intending. Because when you're intending, you never land. You got it. Once again, you got to be an anomaly to be able to just turn that shit on and just that's a gift. That's just like how niggas just know how to rap from the jump. Like
when 85 South Show, they literally pick out the people to roast. That's a talent to be. You looking at
85? Is that with DC?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got you.
Chico Bean. But they literally have thousands of people in the audience, and they have the innate talents to pick single people out and digest and destroy them in seconds. Yeah, it does that. How about we smoke at the beginning of it because you never know where convo go.
Indica.
It is a good indica.
I can feel it.
But to be able to walk in and digest somebody's outfit the way they look in seconds and destroy them and roast them, that's a talent, bro.
Yeah, that's just
from the stage, nigga.
Like they might have picked you apart from when you was walking in.
Like, you never knew it. You never knew it.
That's why, like, when I go to comedy shows, I'm in the back, nigga. I don't know why niggas want to sit in the front. Like, I don't give a fuck about meeting him. He coming there to work, nigga. Like,
these niggas on 85 is raw. They leave the stage and walk to the back and sit
that's
in the back. Just to roast the people in the back, too.
I'm cool. I'm cooling, because, like, I'm content. I'm a man about mine. I'm cool. I'm not... Everyone's got an insecurity, but I just never know how good you are at, like, what could you say to trigger me? And I don't know what I might do if you trigger me. So, like, let me just stay the fuck out the way. That's the safest thing for both of us.
Being a fat kid my whole life, roast can't trigger me. Like, it have to be like,
nah, I can handle it. Oh,
nigga,
light skinned nigga? I'm darker than I used to be, but nigga. Woo! Oh, my homies is niggas, Spanish and nigga. Like, bro, what? Because that's niggas getting at you, cuz, like,
at some point,
light skin ass nigga, yo, mellow yellow ass nigga, like.
In the summer, my mama, like, for like 2 years, she had just scared and just kept us in the house. Right. By the time school came around, I'm light. I got a moon tan. I'm looking like goddamn Will Smith. Like,
so like I had to, like, man, like some of my funniest days, like just growing up, just being black, bro. Like when I used to live on the South Side, bro. Like, cause I used to live here when I was younger too. Like my pops had houses and shit out here, and my family lived out here too. So I was always between it was always New York, Georgia, and then Florida came into the equation, right? But I used to live on the South Side in Riverdale, right? And the shit niggas used to say to me, like, bro, if you wasn't sure of yourself, bro, you was going in your room, bro, and you was turning the lights out and you was just like meditating on how to murder everybody. like you thinking, how I'm gonna kill all these niggas? You really, like, you had to be sure of yourself.
Why these niggas think I'm a mark? Like, that,
like, that's how I learned how to fight, bro. Like, yes. I'm for everything, bro. Like, cause you not finna, like,
I've been giving hands since kindergarten.
Look, man, you always know, like, niggas got they complex. And I was a tall nigga. I was always taller than niggas, bro. And there was always the short nigga with the complex that was just like, y'all always want to try this nigga.
That nigga Rudy.
So, nigga,
I still got beef with you, Rudy.
Man, who was mine? Who was mine? There was this, man, I had so many fights, dog. I can't think of my arch nemesis, man, but shit, nigga.
I fucked his cousin. That's how I got it, man. NISS. NIS.
How you do that? How you finish that? Break that down, Digi. Break how that's even possible.
In the beginning of the day, I was just hands under the hoodie playing with the titties.
Oh. And ISS, my nigga, where's the teacher at? I mean, where's the ISS officer?
The way they had us set up was kind of like jailhousey. It was like a square in the middle of the room, and that was his office. It was glass windows, and then they had all the desks around it in a 3-part square.
Okay.
And I sat like right here when he had the blinds closed on that window. She sat at the desk in front of me, and during lunch, he went to lunch, left his assistant in there, and she was like this older with him. So she was just down with it. She wanted to be young. She was cool. She didn't give a fuck. She would go to the bathroom, and when she hit that bathroom, I hit that pussy. Game over.
I know of no such things ever taking place in my life. Ever.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna let y'all.
Digi got it like that.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. In the deep rural South, in the country, like, stop waiting for summer camp and all that. Find your kids some hobbies and tech at a young age. Because if you don't, and ain't nothing in the town, ain't no skating rink, and a movie theater, we fucking. That's how they do it. Your kids is fucking in rural Georgia. Because y'all were from rural Georgia. Y'all were fucking. That's how you got the kids. You better give your kids a computer and be happy that he on his iPad, because he could be at somebody else's pad, knocking it down, getting you a grandchild in high school.
Crazy.
That's the South, bro. Like, I do what I try to keep. Look, definitely your wives. High school niggas is definitely still fucking niggas' wives.
Shit,
because
that's crazy, man.
Older
that's
women
like
love young niggas even in high school.
That's crazy, bro.
It's just right, man. But like, that's why I kind of explain to people, like, Atlanta and Georgia, sometimes it's two different places. Like rural Georgia, Atlanta's a dot of blue in a sea of red.
So let me ask you a question, Digi. What made you decide that this was what you was going to do? This was how you was going to get out to the people? Because you've been an artist, you feel me? You've been pursuing music. You still do music, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, what made you decide podcasting was what we was going to do? A weed one at that, because
a lot of weed ones.
I got a lot of fans that's going to be like, man, what the fuck, Cash? But then the people who know me, they just like, man, like that shit, Cash. Yeah. Well, my brother see this shit, he gonna be like, man, you a fucking idiot. Why you smoking on camera?
Well,
man, sometimes
because as a rapper, when I was
Mike Tyson got a smoking podcast. I'm definitely blowing with him when I get up there.
Everybody.
I'm blowing with all it's Snoop, GGN. I'm definitely blowing on there. So
we know that it's decriminalized in Atlanta, so I keep $100. That's a $75 ticket.
We good.
So, also, when I was a rapper, mainly, I had this I'm gonna always smoke on camera mentality. I don't give a fuck because I'm about to make it in this. And what made me want to do the podcast is like, niggas is just like, you need to vlog, bro. Like the shit that goes on in my everyday life, the wild shit, the people I meet, the conversations we have. always like, yeah, other people need to hear this. Because if other people heard this, maybe it would help. Or maybe just make their day better. And most of the conversations happen while we're smoking. And I'm just like, well, I really don't care if people see me smoking, because 9 times out of 10, if I do get a big boy job, it's gonna be in a legal state. I'm planning on moving to Cali soon.
No doubt.
But yeah, man, I just can't let people have a negative perspective, because the thing is, I'm gonna keep smoking.
No matter what.
And especially on camera, as long as there are legal states where there are black men still in jail for marijuana. But white men are profiting off of it.
That shit is crazy. That's a topic in itself, man.
Yeah. Shout out Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's.
Let the homies out, bro.
Yeah, especially
let the fathers out, bro. Can you still imagine there are people doing time from like being crackheads? Like niggas was going to prison for being fiends. Like not even selling the drugs. Like you was giving niggas football, and they was giving niggas football numbers for being fiends. Like how the fuck? And now you got rehabs and he needs help, but it's like my uncle still need help, and now he's like a jail, like he's jailhouse mentality. He institutionalized.
And he's not even a fiend anymore. Like he's been in there so long that he don't even have a want for it anymore. Y'all still got him in there.
Explain to me how somebody smoking their mind out is a danger to society. Like yeah, it's nothing good to look at, you know what I mean? But people got their demons they got to deal with, and if you're not providing a solution on how to solve that shit, you can't fucking imprison somebody for going through this shit.
You're not even in prison for doing drugs. You're in prison because that wasn't a prescription for it. That's it. Like, and I'm gonna explain to y'all what I mean by that wasn't a prescription for it. They didn't get paid off you doing them drugs. Somebody else did. If a doctor writes you a prescription, and then the government gives them subsidies, and then and you paid extra high money for these drugs. We wrote these drugs out. We gave you your heroin in pill form, and you have to keep coming back to this same dealer and paying $200 to $1,000 just to see your dealer and get this piece of paper to go pay hundreds more money for these drugs. Instead, you went to somebody on the street, paid $10, and got the same high I was trying to charge you thousands for. That's why we go to prison, for not paying extra.
I agree. They want to tax everything.
They want to tax it, bro.
The taxes in itself is fucking nuts. Income tax, like all of that shit, everything. It's just fucking nuts when you think about it, bro.
You know what happened to me? Like on Wednesday, bro. I'm on a megabus coming back from Virginia, and the cops actually pulled the bus over.
That happens?
No, it doesn't happen. They search it at terminals. But megabus never get searched. But they pulled the bus over talking about she was in the wrong lane. Now, talking about the driver was in the wrong lane.
That's possible, because listen.
But they weren't. We followed.
But yo, we not caping for nobody.
Not caping.
Speak your shit.
But no. What you said is right. But also, they said she's in the wrong lane, but next thing you know, the canines are on the bus.
Oh, they came for the drugs. They came for the drugs.
Niggas thought they was going to be on the news.
Yeah,
I mean,
they said niggas coming from Virginia.
They must have went to the bus originated in DC. Weed's legal in DC. We in South Carolina, hour and a half from Atlanta. We in blue clear skies. Got my little eighth on me. Not worried about nothing. Hey,
so the moral of the story is that nigga was sick.
I was sick, but I'm different when I'm sick. I'm trying to distract you.
Yeah.
So this is what our tax dollars go for. I'm talking cash shit, bro. I posted a video of me talking shit because I deleted it. But like, I was talking cash shit to
so
them.
Let me ask you a question. What would you have done if the nigga was just like, you know what? This nigga talks. Let's make an example out of this motherfucker.
That's why I don't know. That's why I shut up.
And you got
that's why I
told you, nigga.
I got
bro.
And it was my bad.
Playing with fire.
I was playing with it. I was trying to get him so like to see that we were hot and agitated. I was trying to get the crowd riled. So he would just leave us alone. And it kind of worked. Now people started complaining. Everybody started pulling their phones out. He was like, you know what? The dog said he smelled something. And the top of the bus kind of smelled like weed, but it could have already been smoked. We just gonna go. And I was like, yeah, bro, look, you don't have to be a cop. You can still do a good job. And you be blessed that I left, bro. But the more of that story is, it's wild that they even, like, the bus driver said it perfectly. Because it's a mega bus, they knew this was a bus full of black people. and they knew that we were coming from DC.
You said the bus driver said that?
Yeah.
That's how he felt? Yeah, he probably was right.
And very possibly somebody could have went to DC to re-up. But the thing is, why would you take Megabus and like, why not ride in comfort?
You can't largicize somebody's decision.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that? You don't even know who the fuck it is.
Basically, what she was saying is most of these people too poor to afford a Greyhound ticket. That's why they on Megabus.
Yeah.
These people were broke, bro. Some of these people were on the bus asking me the cheapest hotels in Atlanta because they're gonna be stuck because the bus last stop is in Atlanta, but that ain't their last stop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, these most of these people on here do not sling weight. These are poor people on this bus.
Just trying to get it, man.
Yeah,
Just trying to get it.
They just going home. But all right, you guys, that's it's been a good hour.
Conclude.
Yeah,
It's nice to meet y'all. Yo, Cashonable is my name for those who don't know me. You can find me on all digital outlets, spelled Cashonable. It's one word, but you capitalize COA. That way you can see that it's Cashonable. Currently, my latest release is First Quarter, the album. It's a 10-track masterpiece, as I like to call it. You know, all thanks to my boy Cashonable. For the rest of the year, you're gonna get more music from me. I have 3 more albums following. July 31st is the release of Second Quarter, When the Noise Stops is the name of the album. And stay tuned, man. I just dropped yesterday. I don't know when this is gonna get aired, but
just say the date.
what's today? What is today? Damn, see?
It's truckers. It's truckers.
It's the 13th.
Is it?
So June 8th,
I was on
we
vacation.
dropped High Level, Chisabam featuring yours truly, Cashonable. We dropped the single High Level, which is very prevalent for the shit that's going on in today's society. So y'all check it out. Follow me, www.cashonable.com is my website. Follow me, I got some merch. Check me out.
Oh yeah, I'm about to buy something right now, y'all.
Hey, salute. And Digi, man, thank you,
Definitely.
man. I appreciate you. For
Also,
real.
for a shameless plug, because y'all probably gonna see him on there, coming soon. It's a new show. It's called Outsmart Digi. It's a trivia show.
Hey.
2 contestants versus me. We got my lovely host, Abby. She's Jamaican.
Hey,
She's a
no.
She's an environmental scientist. She knows a lot too. She's coming up with the questions. Hopefully y'all can outsmart me. And the prizes will be nothing. But if you lose, I get to talk shit to you. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be on there. Take it. 100.
Hey, Digi here. I know y'all used to me getting high, talking to my guys and my homegirls. Well, it's a new show is coming your way very soon. Like Outsmart Digi. It's a trivia show starring yours truly. Let's see who knows more random facts than me. And what up? Yo, check out my other videos. Let's get this cracking. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends to come. I'll help them shoot their shows. I'm trying to start a black network in Atlanta. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to the Dome.